So what we have is a context problem, but before we get started with the paragraph that tells us how to graph it, we should probably look at the graph. So I'd like to point out that along the x-axis, it starts at 0 and it goes over here to 25. And as we move to the right, our time elapsed or minutes increases. Along the y-axis, it starts at 0 and moves to 25. And as we go up, the distance or blocks from home increases. So the first sentence says, Hunter left his house at time 0 and drove to the store, which is 18 blocks away, at 3 blocks per minute. So we're going to begin over here at 0, but before I start graphing it, I would like to go ahead and identify the slope. So I'm going to put m equals, and the dead giveaway for slope is you want to look for the word per or every. And I have the word per right here. So it says 3 blocks per minute. So I'm just going to simply write 3. You don't have to put B or you don't have to write this, but I do want to go ahead and write it just so you can see where I'm getting it from. 3 blocks per minute. And per means 1 minute. So this means from my starting point, I'm going to go up 3, right 1. And then the other hint is we have to go up 3, right 1 until we actually get to 18 blocks, which shouldn't be too long because every time we go up, it's 3 blocks. Okay, so let's go over here and let's use our up 3, right 1 until we travel 18 blocks. So from the beginning, where it says he left at time 0, up 3, right 1. Now I've traveled 3 blocks, up 3, right 1 again. Now that's 6 blocks. You can see that over here on the y-axis. Up 3, right 1. Now that's 9 blocks. Up 1, 2, 3, right 1. That's 12 blocks. Up 1, 2, 3, right 1. That's 15 blocks. We're almost there. And up 1, 2, 3, right 1. And we've got 18 blocks right there. Or I guess you could ask yourself, you could say, well, what would I have to multiply the number 3 by to turn it into 18? And if you said 6, then that would let you know how many little segments. Notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, cool. So we've got our first section. Let's erase these marks and let's go on to our next section. It says, then he stopped and went into the store for 4 minutes. And this is an easy one. If he's stopping, his distance is not increasing or decreasing. In other words, it's going to be a horizontal line. And all we have to do is to move the horizontal line 4 to the right, because that would be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 4 minutes. So that horizontal line that's 4 units long represents this part of this context where he stopped and went to the store. Notice that our distance right here is 18 miles, 18 miles, 18 miles, all the way until we get to this. Next sentence. From there, he drove in the same direction at a speed of 1 block per minute until he got to the bank, which was 3 blocks from the store. And again, my advice when you read that, go ahead and look for the word per or every. And this right here, 1 block per minute, that's our M. So I'm going to put 1 block per minute. And again, per means 1 unit. So we're going to go up 1, right 1. All right, now the key thing is here is it tells us that we have to do that for 3 blocks. So let's start. Up 1, right 1. Now I've traveled 1 block. Up 1, right 1. I've now traveled 2 blocks. Up 1, right 1. And I've now traveled 3 blocks. Okay, got that. Next. Okay. After that, it says he stopped at the bank for 5 minutes. And this is kind of like when he stopped at the store for 4 minutes. The only difference is that he's further from home, or 21 blocks from home, and he's stopping for a total of 5 minutes. So horizontal line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. Then he drove home at a speed of 7 blocks per minute. All right. So first of all, let's go ahead and look for the word per or every to see if we can find out our M. And in this case, it changed it up. They actually put every instead of per, but they have the same meaning. And I will give you a hint. If it says drove home, that means that our distance is going to be decreasing. And on this graph, if I go down and to the right, it's going to be a negative. So because it said 7 blocks every minute, that's going to be -7 blocks for every 1 minute. Sorry about that. Okay. And then it says until he reaches home. So let's think about it. Right here he was at home and then he traveled. Right now we're a total of 21 miles from home. So now I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right 1. Now I'm not home, I'm closer to home. Now I'm only 14 miles away from home. So let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right 1. And now I'm 7 miles away from home. And it looks like we do it one more time. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right 1. And we're actually back to home. So I'm feeling pretty confident about this. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see if good old Delta Math gives us a green check mark or a red X. Green is good. So let's see. We're totally fine.